Welcome to this week's episode of our Fat Loss series. I'm here with my friend Ambrose.
Yeah, I'm Ambrose. I guess you can consider me the cameraman. So normally I'm behind things, but every once in a while I'll jump in and give my opinion.
And we're going to have a chat or discussion about some of the things we come across in terms of fat loss issues that people we know who've had, or clients that we've dealt with in the past have had. So we're going to talk about caloric intake to start off with, because we've been having a few discussions around issues around people not realizing the calories they intake, and so we'll just have a little discussion about that to begin with. Yeah?
People either eat way too much or way too little. Both are, I think, just as important, because eating too little, your metabolism is not what it could be at all. It makes the whole process way harder. Your energy levels are terrible. You'll struggle to work out. You'll struggle to do anything, really. Eating too much, well, that might just be even worse. You may think you're putting on muscle, but you're really not. Either your body's not changing and you're working incredibly hard, or you're just putting on weight.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about a few numbers, a lot of things that people don't realize. So if you're going to be eating certain types of food, you want to monitor the number of calories in the actual product that you're going to be eating. For average for women, I think is somewhere around 1,500 calories per day. And if you're going to be focusing on fat loss, you want to keep that a bit lower than you would usually be taking in, but still maintaining a decent intake so you don't lose too much weight. And your body needs that energy, like my friend Bose said as well. You want to keep the energy levels up, so you must eat that food.
True. And when it comes to weight loss, at least keeping track of how much you're losing per week, because once it goes over a certain amount, then number one, it's not maintainable, and it becomes more and more difficult when you can make the process nice and slow. So it's not good for crash diets. Say if a wedding's coming and you've got a month, it's a terrible plan to say, oh, I want to drop 2 dress sizes and I'm going to starve myself, and I'm going to eat barely anything, and all of these fad diets, only drink juice for a month.
True.
Yeah, you're going to lose the weight, but it's going to come back with a vengeance, and you won't be happy at all.
Yeah, so the key thing here is the balance between, so we talk about the caloric deficit. So you want to make sure your body is using up more in terms of calories than you're actually taking in order to lose fat. Very important. So you want to make a caloric deficit, so I'll repeat that again. You want to ensure that your output is greater than your input. So more exercise, right? Skipping, etc., the high intensity training exercises tend to burn a greater number of calories while you're eating your low calorie foods as well. Okay, so we'll take it over to the next one. We both noticed there's a trend in a lot of people taking these special shakes or sugary drinks after workout, say these sports drinks are the main culprit. And if you can mention a few things about this, that would be great.
Okay. Well, simply put, there's way too much sugar. The calories are way too high, and a lot of people don't really look at what's inside what they're drinking. So they think it's a sports drink, it's Lucozade, it's healthy. I see the athletes doing it, so I should do it as well. I've just done, let's say, 20 minutes on the treadmill. I'm going to re-energize myself, but no, you're taking in all this sugar without a specific reason. Athletes take in sugar immediately after training to get that energy boost, to get them through what they're about to do next. Normally, they're about to do something after that.
To be honest right now, I need a jacket. Alright, that was sugary drinks, looking at paying attention to those energy drinks or sports drinks that you drink after your workouts. This is going to tie into what we were discussing before about paying attention to the calories in the food products that you're eating. You also want to bear in mind the other ingredients that are actually included in the nutrition information. Each product has, and is required by law, a list of ingredients in the package. And in next week's video, we're also going to give you a few food products that we think are good, not necessarily by the brand, but the actual nutrition content. So we're going to look through some of the ingredients as well, just to go into a bit more detail and outline some of the key ingredients that you should be looking for.
Right, so let's talk meal prep. A lot of people struggle after training, before training, after work, after picking up kids. A lot of reasons. A lot of people simply fail to keep track of a diet because they don't prepare their foods. Most people last about a week, and that's simply down to food prep. Good example is me and you. So I take a Sunday, and then it takes an hour and a half because I know what I eat, I know what I like, I know how long it takes to cook. So all of my protein, if I can, one day made in the fridge, split up. I know my meals, I know my timing, I know how much I'm getting, and it's there. After gym, after work, whatever, it's right there. There's no struggle. It just makes life so much easier.
And to be absolutely honest, I personally find it to be easy because I eat to gain weight, right? So I'm cooking a whole big pot, one-man pot usually, or whatever, Caribbean food with as much flavor as possible. So I cook these great big sizes quantities, and that would last me maybe 2 to 3 days. And I think for the average person, that would probably last them a week to 2 weeks, because I'm eating basically 2 servings per meal. So I cook, then I take a meal for a portion for dinner, and then another portion for lunch for the next day, and just repeat that cycle. So I probably cook maybe 3 days per week. So I mostly tend to cook during the week and possibly on Saturdays. I don't really cook on Sundays, but for some people that might be the best day. I find that for people who have been given advice to, they say that Saturdays and Sundays are the best days for them because that's when they have the most time available.
Simply put, time makes the difference. I mean, I'll make my vegetables during the week because it's the quickest thing to make. 10 minutes, 20 minute cups, you're done. There's your vegetables. Meats, definitely on a Sunday. Certain carbs, say if I'm making rice, Sunday. Pasta doesn't take long, whenever. But it's all about timing. When you can really dial in how long you take to prepare your meals and know what you eat and get your shopping out the way nice and early, because that's another thing. It's easy to fall off track if you don't plan. Simply put, not planning out what you're going to do, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, not keeping track, that's how you fall off.
One of the most essential things that people don't realize is actually consuming all your meals, right? That includes breakfast, and I know a lot of people are very guilty about skipping breakfast. Breakfast is the most essential meal of the day. It can be just a simple bowl of cereal or a bowl of porridge or some egg or whatever else you're gonna eat. A slice of toast and some tea, that works as well. For me, I tend to eat some granola, so seeds, nuts, whatever. So I want to get as many calories in, and food that's gonna release energy slowly throughout the day. So complex carbohydrates that are gonna release the energy slowly throughout the day. But eat breakfast and lunch.
As many meals as you can. You know what? It comes down to how much you can take in. So I learned this the hard way because I used not to eat. I used to take in 1,400 a day, and then I came to find out that I needed more like 3,000 when I was playing football. And then as I got stronger, I actually needed more like 4,000. And that was a struggle when you've been eating 1,400 your whole life, and then to try and get 4,000 in. So I broke up my meals. I used to eat maybe 6, and I'd get like 600 to 700 per meal. Some people are different now. Some people can sit down and eat 1,000 plus in one meal. Break up your meals according to how you are and your appetite is, but the main thing is get your calories in. Keep track of it and achieve it each day. Know what you're doing.
So here's a challenge I have for you. If you really say you want to lose the weight, the fat specifically, there's no way around it. You must track your intake. Before you start your fat loss regime, actually look at what you're eating honestly on a regular basis. So before you make any changes, look at what you're eating honestly and make these notes. Write the number of calories, the sugars, etc. that these food products contain, and be honest with it. And then when you actually start your regime, also write those numbers of calories that you're consuming, and do this for about a month, and you'd actually notice that what you were doing was really bad and you shouldn't have been doing that anyway. So that's the challenge for you. Write these things down and you're going to notice a difference in the long term. And also eating things like your breakfast can help to boost your metabolism for the rest of your life if you don't skip your meals. I think snacking also is important. So you want to be snacking on things like fruits, seeds and nuts. Contrary to what people might believe, these are actually important for boosting your metabolism. And fat loss isn't a short-term thing, it's more of a long-term goal to sustain that kind of lifestyle.
True. I've never liked the word diet because that's always short-term. Even if you go online, it's rare that you're going to find a diet plan that's longer than 3 months because they're not designed for life. They're designed to get you to your goals, and then you go back to normal, and then guess what? You put your weight back on. You're unhappy again, so you need a new diet plan. But actually planning what you eat for life, like Tevez said, that sets you up forever. You're eating healthy, you're aware of everything you're getting in, and even if you want to misbehave and do something like go out drinking, or even if it's your birthday and you want some cake, guess what? You can. You just need to adjust your diet accordingly.
Yeah, have your cake and eat it, right? And we're just here giving you the basic information. We can take the donkey or the horse or the camel to the well, but we can't actually make you drink, right? So we're just giving you the tools again that you need to get on your way to a better you, right? It's all about you. You want to improve yourself. It's going to help you improve your confidence. It's going to help you with everything in your lifestyle in terms of setting your goals and actually achieving them. And these are not just short-term goals, long-term as well, very important.
The discipline that it will teach you how to claim control of your own life, which a lot of people fail to do. Actually deciding that you're going to lose weight or you're going to build muscle and focusing on it, not letting anyone tell you that you can't do it. It's your goal, it's your life, so just do it.